morning. Welcome to Coffee Walk. We got 4 we're going to talk about today. 2 Broncos and 2 Jeeps. You've been watching, you've seen the Broncos in the past. Made a lot of headway on the red one. The blue one's finished. And then we're going to hit on the red CJ-5 and the CJ-10, which has been much anticipated. Really stirred up a lot of interest in the CJ-10, so thank you guys for watching. So I let the Abercrombie brothers took the entire week this week, so they put 80 hours into the CJ-10, made a lot of headway. When you first walk up to it, it doesn't look hugely different, but I'll explain to you exactly what we did. Boy, I'm having a hard time with this today. Struggle bus. So here we go. First thing I want to show you is the CJ-5 dash. So the 76 to 86 CJs, the dashes were painted out of the Jeep. They were not in the Jeep. And they were assembled outside the Jeep, which is how we do it. So we had just the panel itself in the booth. You know, we did the body work, stripped it, did base coat, clear coat, buffed it, waxed it. And then you start off on this particular one. This is called a gauge cluster surround panel, which means it was either a Renegade or a Laredo. This particular one was a Renegade. And we put in our indicator lights, which we actually have these in stock, NOS. We also put in the glove box in here. And then this particular one is a 78. So the information decal goes here. The catalyst decal goes here. And then inside the glove box, you've got your tire inflation decal, which is here, your toe decal, and your axle decal. So when this goes in, for all intents and purposes, it'll look as good or actually better than it did when it left the factory. And as you know, all these screws right here are bare steel. So they're not color meshed in red. Next, we did finish the Grand Wagoneer. The motor's in it, it's running and driving, just got to put the windshield in. But I'm really excited to show you this Bronco. So this is the 1977, which was the last year of the first series Broncos that we found out of Albuquerque, New Mexico. This truck has been sitting since 1984, and it was under a carport. What's great about this, not only the last year, is it's a Ranger edition, which was the top of the line. So it had almost every option you could get. So this is 302 V8, power steering, power brakes, automatic, alloy wheels. You had a special decal package. You had the chrome bumpers front and rear. This has got a hard top and a swing out tire cure on the back. Now, this truck is 100% original paint. It was extremely straight. So we left it. We cleaned it as good as we possibly could, got all the wax out, did a major degrease on it, and then we color sanded the entire truck, then took all the accessory components off of it and clear coated it 3 times. So what do you guys think about the patina? I think it's awesome. So this paint was completely burnt off this hood, but this is the actual decal. These decals were done by 3M, and they were silkscreen painted on top of vinyl. Really, really heavy duty stuff back in the day. Same as the CJ was, it lasts forever. This is the only paint that was left on the hood. If you look down the sides, it's incredibly straight. The stripe kit really pops now. We also clear coated the hard top. It's 100% original paint on the top. And this is really cool too. We even left the original delivery decal on it. You can see right here out of New Mexico. Cleared over that. The original white lettering on the Ford tailgate still here. You can see it back in here. The patina is just incredibly cool. You could never duplicate something like that. Now the interior was a trick. This blue houndstooth material is just not available. So we looked and called and asked everybody on the planet. Finally, we called the experts. Seth Brigette at Gateway Bronco said, "Where are you guys getting that houndstooth material?" He goes, "I'll tell you if you don't tell anybody else, there's hardly any of it left." So we obtained that, restored the seats. So the interior we went ahead and redid. We got a new dash pad, steering wheel, wood grain, insert for the horn, which is incredibly difficult to find. We found an NOS one. If you guys are out there and you're in the know of Broncos, these are not available anywhere. Restored the back seat, did the headliner. If you look at here, this is the original paint in the door jamb still. VIN decal still nice. I just think it was just way too nice to rip apart and paint, and I think it's super cool. Let us know what you think. So that is our patinaed Bronco. Next, we're on the CJ-10. So the Abercrombie brothers took the whole week off, put 80 hours into this. So what my goal was is I wanted to build this completely from everything that's in the wrecking yard. So we did. So we went back, we took an 85 Wagoneer, we looked at an 85 CJ, we did all our measuring. We measured 3 times and cut once. So here's what we figured out. The length of the CJ-10 frame is roughly the same as a TJ. So we went in the back and measured the width of a TJ, which is the same as the CJ. So we took a TJ body tub, cut it to the length that we needed because the width was already correct. We made the bulkhead. The only thing we bought so far that didn't come out of the wrecking yard was a $95 piece of sheet metal. So they made the bulkhead, and here on this rear traverse ledge, they just extended it out. And this is really slick here. They went on another tub that was wrecked and took the belt rail off of it, put a belt rail in so it matches this. And right here, to make it, this is an 85 CJ-10, so I wanted it to look as much like an 85 as we could. We put an 85 CJ tailgate on it with all the CJ stuff. How cool is that? Next, they took the rear bumper, which is extremely wide. We cut 8 inches off. Now we took the end of it and capped it, put it back on. These side steps were also all the way back here. We took those, cut it, capped it, and made it fit flush with the bed, so it matches up really nicely. Now the axle was in this wheel was set about right here. We needed to make sure this was centered in with the TJ. Just so happens, if you use CJ leaf springs, CJ purchase on this frame, it centers perfectly. So from there we took Dana 44's front and rears out of a Wagoneer, and then a new Process 272 transfer case, put it all in, it all fit. This thing's running and driving in 4-wheel drive right now, and we have taken out and driven it, which I'll show you later. It does run 50 miles an hour, no problem, probably go 65 or 70, which was the goal. Now from here, now that we have it all mocked up, we'll blow it apart. Our plan is to do spray line in the olive drab, cover everything, make it super nice. Then it'll come in for the lift kit, wheels, tires, and all the really cool stuff. So I'm really happy with how that's turning out. Our CJ-10, and every single piece on this came out of our wrecking yard. Remember, we've got CJs, YJs, TJs, Wagoneers. Heck, there's even 3 Comanche trucks back there. The next one of my favorite parts of the week, as always, is what we painted. Again, we usually spend a couple hundred hours prepping one of these. This is a one-owner 78 CJ5 V8. We've hit on it a couple of times. This is in color code 6P, firecracker red. And again, fit, finish, panel gaps, everything is better than the factory did it. Full show quality paint. I think this customer is going to be shocked when he picks this Jeep up. This will go together pretty quick. I think we'll have this done by next week. And lastly, but not least, boom, the Bronco is finally painted. All the panel gaps are done, the body's done, and it's painted. I'm not even going to say how many hours we have in this thing because it is insane, but it is beautiful. Now the owner said, I want you to paint it red and use your favorite color red, so I picked Rosa Corsa, which is Ferrari red. Turned out absolutely fantastic. I've seen many of these done. I think we have the best panel gaps I've ever seen. The fit, finish that my guys have done is just absolutely phenomenal. Beautiful door gaps. I think the weight is going to be worth it for the customer. This was a really, really difficult build. I have to give it to the guys at JFB that do Jeeps and Broncos. They're actually our new Black Mountain licensees outside of the Chicago area. And Seth at Gateway Broncos. Man, you guys earned your money. These are tough builds. I think I'm going to stick to the CJs. So thanks for watching. There you have it. We hit on a Wagoneer, CJ5 dash, CJ5's painted, CJ-10. Please like, tag, share, and follow. And tell me what you think about our Patina Bronco build.